You're back with another one. This time we got top 10 fantasy anime you have not seen before, which is a very hard thing to back up. But it's by Animology, and yeah, let's see if this is all correct because sometimes they kind of just throw in some stuff that don't really like count. Like sometimes like they don't really throw in a fantasy anime. Like it doesn't even have fantasy in the genre, but they just kind of stretch it out. So let's see.
Anime is easily the art form that explores the genre the best. Due to this, a ton of great fantasy anime are released each year, which makes it easy for a ton of great shows to slip through the cracks. Welcome back to Animeology. Today we're going to take a look at 10 fantasy anime that you have not seen before. And without further ado, let's get right into it.
But then again, fantasy is very broad. Like one thing that's not real, fantasy. So
Number 10, Our Last Crusade or the Rise of the New World.
Vine.
ooh,
Our Last Crusade or the Rise of the New World anime is about a group of friends who must fight to protect their world from destruction. While our heroes are on their mission, evil forces are also after the same thing. In order to succeed, they must overcome many challenges and defeat those who stand in their way. For many years, a never-ending war has raged between the technologically advanced Heavenly Empire and the country of powerful magic users known as the Nebula Sovereignty. In the present day, a master swordsman from the Empire named Iska and the Ice Calamity Witch from Nebulus's ruling family, Alicelice, meet on the battlefield. As they both attempt to kill each other, circumstances continually conspire to bring them together. Soon enough, Iska and Alice begin to question whether they can find peace with each other first and thereby create a path towards an end of the war between their two countries without further bloodshed. The story of Our Last Crusade or the Rise of a New World anime is quite unique as it focuses on friendship and unity against oppression. The characters are well developed and intriguing to watch on screen as they go through various hardships during the course of their journey. If you're looking for an exciting new anime that will keep you at the edge of your seat, then this is definitely something worth checking out. Number 9, Cop Craft. 15 years ago,
okay.
a mysterious hyperspace
This seems
gate
kind of cool
opened up
actually. I'm
over
not
the
gonna lie.
Pacific Ocean, and elves, fairies, and other creatures from a parallel world suddenly appeared. Over 2 million non-humans now live within the city and mix with the human residents. This unique relationship has brought prosperity to everyone on Cariana Island. However, there is a downside to this utopian fantasy land: crime. Crime has increased exponentially since the influx of non-human immigrants, and corruption runs rampant throughout the law enforcement and government offices in San Teresa.
You know that just made her a human target or a human shield. She's
Corruption
going
runs
forward, you grab her and she starts shooting. She no momentum, she can't dodge. That's honestly the worst thing he could have done in this situation. He probably was trying to kill her.
rampant throughout the law enforcement and government offices in San Teresa. With this in mind, the Magical Affairs Bureau was created as a joint task force between Earth and the magical world to crack down on crime. But what can one small police force do against a city of 2 million non-humans? Copcraft is a new anime that is currently airing. It tells the story of two police officers who must team up to investigate a series of strange events. The animation is beautiful and the characters are well developed. The plot is intriguing and fast-paced, and the ending is satisfying. If you're looking for a new anime to watch, I highly recommend Copcraft. Number
Copcraft bet. I'm going to remember that because that is very interesting. I'm not gonna lie. Amira, I know you watching. Out of 10. Copcraft. Alright? I wanna know. I wanna know. Out of 10.
8, the Edaton deities know only peace. 800 years ago, monstrous demons attacked and threatened mankind's existence. All the humans began praying to their respective gods, hoping for someone or something to save everyone from the brink of destruction. The Edaton were created in answer to these prayers, using their utmost endurance and powerful godlike abilities. The Edaton managed to defeat the demons, saving humanity and bringing peace to the entire world. In the present time, the newer generation of the Edaton only know little about the demons since they've all lived peaceful lives.
Oh
Training under
wow.
Rin, the only remaining original Edatin from 800 years ago, the new Edatin have found ways to survive in a time where they have seemingly outlived their usefulness. Suddenly, when the tyrannical Zobel Empire resurrects a demon, the misfit warriors are called to the battlefield against their natural enemy once more. Number 7, Snow White with the Red.
Uh, this one looked kind of cool. I really just wanted to comment on the fact that he got punched so
800 years
hard
ago, monstrous
that
demons attacked and threatened mankind's
it
existence.
the
All the
punch went
humans
through
began
his
praying to their
stomach.
respective gods, hoping for someone or
Look at that from the other side. I think actually that's
something to
the main
save everyone
character.
from the brink of
You see that?
destruction.
She got
The
punched
demons
so
in the world
hard it
created
went
an
through
answer
her
to these
stomach,
prayers,
and she
using
went
their utmost.
flying. That's like Doro di was it Doro di Doro or Durarara? I think it's Durarara. No, I think it's whatever one that the guy got punched so hard he ended up flying out and like his clothes came off and everything. That's the one I was thinking of.
Red hair.
It reminded me of that.
Stay back. The sword that doth protect you belongs to me.
A brilliant fantasy series with some engaging and captivating romantic touches. We learn of Shirayuki, a herbalist living in a medieval kingdom. A beautiful girl with striking red hair, which attracts a lot of attention. She learns to tie up her hair and grow up to be a strong and powerful independent woman, until Prince Raj rolls into town and commands her to become his concubine, a member of his harem. She refuses to do so and cuts off her hair, hating the fact that she's only so loved because of her unique hair color. She decides to flee home to the neighboring kingdom, meeting the neighborhood prince and a number of interesting other characters. She soon finds herself as a royal herbalist as the beginning of a very interesting and highly engaging love triangle begins. Shirayuki herself is a very unique MC, always looking to attempt any challenge by herself and completely self-reliant. She really hates to rely on the kindness of others. With an interesting cast of characters and a reasonably fresh plot, this is a series quite unlike any other you've seen. Number 6, Go Sick.
No, the first dude. I think there's an A and V of Go Sick that I watched recently. I think it was a Psycho Edits A and V, but I didn't react to it because I was just I didn't upload it because I was just looking at the screen, like staring at it, and I was just like had nothing to say. It was good. Don't get me wrong, but the fact that this guy is over here like trying to demand she be a part of his harem, like what? Bro, tripping. Bro is tripping. He's the opposite. I was thinking like the way he was talking here.
Doth protect you belongs to me.
I was thinking like oh, that's he's like author. I've never been able to pronounce that name because I always say like author like a writer of a book, but I think it's Arthur, but it's yeah, like the art Bart from Fire Force, and just reminded me of the fact that he's just so dumb. Like he thinks that all the knights and stuff is still relevant, and then that man only learned math because he thought it was a story of a knight named Circumference. That had me dying, bro. That had me dying. Circumference?
sick.
Arthur's so dumb.
Case, die!
We follow Kazuya Kuo, a fresh transfer student into a spooky and mysterious academy that is filled with urban legends and horror stories. Meeting up with Victoria de Blouse, a mysteriously beautiful yet brilliant girl that rarely attends school but spends all her time in the library or solving mysteries that even have detectives stumped. Brilliant character chemistry exists at the core of Gosik between the brilliant Kazuya and the classic tsundere Victoric. Through the early days, the series focuses on an episodic case-by-case format, with the unlikely duo involving themselves and attempting to solve various cases. However, Go 6 swivels perfectly and attempts to slowly flesh out the characters and dig into their interesting backstory in a heavy but fun series that you should definitely check out. Number 5, The Eccentric Family.
我こそは現代版夏の夜市なり
Dang. That's
The
skill.
story follows the Shimogamo family of Tanuki, Japanese raccoon dogs, who live in Kyoto and must deal with the often absurd antics of their half-human, half-spirit relatives. The story follows the everyday lives of the members of the Shimogamo family, a clan of Tanuki who live in the Kamishichiken district of Kyoto. The head of the family is Yaichi, a practical and level-headed man who runs a successful tofu shop. His wife Kaya is a human woman who is unaware of her husband's true nature. Their son Yoshida is a timid boy who is being groomed to take over the family business. The show has been praised for its beautiful animation and rich characters, and has been nominated for several awards, including Best Animated Feature at the Japan Academy Prize Awards. Number 4, Heaven's Official Blessing.
That seemed like a cool comedy. This is what I'm talking about, bro. There's not even fantasy in the title right here. You know, there's not even fantasy, but it's all fantasy. The Eccentric Family. I'm gonna have to watch that too. That seemed pretty cool. Tanuki's always like in anime always funny.
Official Blessing. 800 years ago, Ji Lian was the crown prince of the Jianli kingdom. He was loved by his citizens and was considered the darling of the world. However, due to unfortunate circumstances, he was quickly banished back to the mortal realm. Years later, he ascended again, only to be banished again a few minutes after his ascension. Now, 800 years later, Ji Lian ascends to the heavens for the third time. On his first task as a god thrice ascended, he meets a mysterious ghost who rules the ghosts and terrifies the heavens. However, unbeknownst to Ji Lian, this ghost king has been paying attention to him for a very long time. Filled with mysterious and slow burn unraveling, this is an awesome Chinese anime series that you need to check out. Number 3, Full Dive RPG.
This is another video game world isekai.
A great rendition of the classic isekai video game subgenre.
Yep.
Full Dive focuses on Hiroshi Yuki, a young high schooler that is seriously addicted to virtual reality games. Forced into buying and trying out Kiwami Quest, our hero soon learns that this game is far more unique than anything he's ever come across. The game is dedicated to realism, an unbelievably difficult and troublesome game. Hiroshi refuses to dedicate it to realism, an unbelievably difficult.
He killed him. He's killed him. That's the moment he realized that this is not a game. He just murdered somebody.
And troublesome game. Hiroshi refuses to give up. Determined to finish the game, Full Dive kicks off in a really interesting way, as we soon realize that the world of Kiwami Quest has more to it. Joined by an interesting cast of characters in the game world, Full Dive not only fills us with an epic sense of adventure, but still looks to explore some deeper emotional notes. Romance, friendship, loyalty, and bravery are all considered in a very mature and somewhat unique way. Number 2, Ranking of Kings.
And fought back with a ferocity beyond words.
In a world filled with gods and kings, we follow a little prince by the name of Boji. Deaf and naive, Boji receives a lot of criticism from everyone. They say that he does not deserve to rule. One day the king dies. King Bose, a huge and legendary giant warrior that was once considered the strongest man in the world. And although Boji is the chosen one set to rule after his father, most people can't get over Boji's many physical weaknesses and prefer his half-brother to rule. Our young chosen one departs on a dangerous journey through the lands in order to gain experience and grow stronger. We soon learn that his half-brother is actually under an evil influence, and it's actually up to Boji as the chosen one to develop his skills and seize control of the kingdom back from his corrupted half-brother. Number 1, Dorohedoro.
Oh, Dorohedoro. So it wasn't Dorohedoro I was thinking of, because it's a different animation style.
Dorohedoro is an anime about a young boy named Kaiman who has his memories of his past erased by a magic spell. He then meets a creature called En, who tells him about the world he's now in and how to survive. Kaiman then begins a journey to find out more about himself and the world he lives in. Along the way, he meets various monsters and other strange creatures that help him along his journey. A seriously mature and twisted dark fantasy tale that is not afraid to hold back. Dorohedoro is an anime series quite unlike any other. With some awesome action scenes and some interesting layers of science fiction blended in, there really is no anime quite like this. Dorohedoro is easily one of the greatest fantasy anime series you have not seen before.
Dorohedoro is kind of popular now. I'll be honest. So this is May 18th. It's pretty recent. Oh, that's pretty. You know, it's kind of popular. It's been kind of popular for a little bit now. I've seen Dorohedoro for the last like year and a half. Let me see. I might just be talking out my ass though. Let me make sure. Dorohedoro anime. Uh, Release date 2020. Yeah, I've heard about Dorohedoro for a while. Like it makes sense. So yeah, it's very popular, but it's a good selection, honestly. So Copcraft, definitely gonna watch. Um, Snow White with the red hair, maybe. Centric Family, maybe. Full Drive, kind of, kind of, yeah. I kind of like that actually. I still haven't had my itch scratched. Every time I find a good video game themed like isekai anime, I end up just not looking longer than like 10 episodes, 12 episodes, because some of them are just 12 episodes long. Some are just like, man, I gotta drop the show. So I need a good video game isekai. I keep forgetting the word isekai. And Dorohedoro, of course, like Dorohedoro is on my list. Actually, I already have it in my watch later. So yeah, I hope you all enjoy. Make sure you like the video, comment, subscribe. I'm out. Bye.